What is going on, Knights of Vex? It is here. We are about to show some gameplay of Satele Shan for her first look in Squad Arena, and I'm not going to lie to you guys, she's not too shabby, performing way better than I thought she would be with her GAC Omicrons turned off. So I just want you guys to be aware of everything we're going to show you today and talk about is non-GAC Omicron gameplay. She is doing things that she probably shouldn't be doing in Squad Arena, pretty much. Her home is going to be Grand Arena with her 3 Omicrons. What we wanted to do today is to see her potential outside of the Grand Arena game mode and see exactly what she could do without the Omicrons. And to be honest, not bad at all. Not Stranger level successful or Bane level successful, but still pretty good. I don't think she's going to be a Trench or a Jakasanu where you're kind of on the lower end of the Conquest cycle or Sign of Django. She's definitely above the 50% threshold of being pretty usable, and she's lifting up a faction that didn't really have any use as of right now. You used Revan in a JML team. The rest were not used at all. Juhani had territory war viability on certain Starkiller teams, and Satele Shan Fallen, or Satele Shan was never really used. Jolie I haven't used in a really long time, so we're bringing up this faction to where they should be in the top of the meta, or at least a top 10 team. We're going to have to wait and see. But heading into game, guys, just trying to show you my exact Satele Shan. I had Satele unlocked on 3 separate accounts today. My main account, Vexatron, my second endgame account, Goth Mommy Sexy Vexy, and my other alt account, Exile Vex. So I was able to test around a bunch in different squad arenas to see how she was going to perform. What I got her to on all 3 accounts was at Relic 9. So she is at Relic 9. Her protection that I got her at was at above 180k. This is my second endgame account. This is Goth Mommy Sexy Vexy. I got her to 193, so she's lightning fast. I was not able to get the speed to 320 yet, but I will hopefully get that there before Grand Arena starts. So I'm pretty happy with her modding, and I want to show you guys quickly the datacrons that I was working with. You're going to see in the video between different counts. I was working with 2 crons, mostly a Terminator cron that had protection. So you're going to see here, I got protection. Is it this one? It might be the other one. Let me just double check. It was this one. So I had protection here on the 1, 2, 4, and 5. I wanted to go for a Terminator cron to see if getting out ahead was the way to go, and it helped a lot of matchups. So that was one of the data crons I was working with. The second one was going to be a high protection cron here. This had a light side max health of protection 3 to make them tanky, and also I believe it was around 50% protection. So very nice to have and to test with. Those are the 2 datacrons I tested with. Now, you're going to see some gameplay. I'm going to show you guys the battles we win, and I'm going to end it with battles that we lose. And I just want to show you, this is just the beginning of what their potential is going to be in the Grand Arena game mode. A lot of the stuff is turned on. So I want to give my opening feedback before I show the gameplay. A lot of her damage on the team felt very weak because we're missing out on the true damage based off her max protection. So I noticed a lot of her damage on the team is coming from her second ability, her AoE, which is dealing damage based off her max protection. It was hitting as high as 189k on an AoE. That is really good for a tank. So the more protection you're going to have on her, the way harder she's going to hit. Your other characters seem to be more utility of a faction than anything else. She is the facilitator. She is the most important. So all of their damage is coming from her max protection. So I don't think if you mod Revan for any higher offense that you're going to do even more damage. I don't think it's anything like that. I think Revan should be modded for speed, so a little bit of offense. Jolie probably for some tenacity, a little speed. Bastila for some potency and speed as well, maybe a little bit damage. The one weakest link that I found on this team that I just have to be straight up honest with, I was testing a little bit with Wat Tambor. Not a bad option, but the weakest link by far on this team is Juhani. I just straight up think that I hope that one day that we could see a little bit of another character come into this mix to replace Juhani, but she is definitely the weakest link. The one thing she has that's pretty nice is her cleanse, but other than that, she's not really doing a lot. Like, I really wish they did a little bit more of an update to her kit to work better with Satele, but as of right now, she is by far the weakest link of the team, and I hope something different comes down the line, or maybe we'll see more of a potential in Grand Arena, or maybe we don't even need a full Old Republic Jedi set, which I don't recommend because it's going to turn off the unique Omicron, but again, I think that this team is very good. In terms of defensive viability, I haven't done any defensive testing yet. I might try that the next day. You might see another video from me. We'll see. But on offense, she seems to be pretty strong, and the team has banner recovery. So it is really nice that on her second ability, she's recovering protection based off of her max protection to the entire team. In her Omicron, she's going to be dealing extra damage based off her max protection, like true damage. She's going to prevent anti-revive. So we're just at the prefaces. It's going to be really awesome. But what I want to do now is get to the actual gameplay of what we concluded yesterday. So what I'm going to do is we're going to quickly switch over to the video. And the first battle that we're going to start with is going to be Supreme Leader Kylo Ren with the IG-90 Focus Datacron. That's what my opponent said on defense in the Squad Arena Shard, and he's at Relic 10. So I wanted to showcase some of this gameplay. I'm working with Satele. This is a light side max out the protection cron with the 50% protection because the turn meter cron will do nothing against Hux lead. So I'm going to show you guys on 2x speed because I don't want this to be too long, but practically I have full Relic 7 on my entire squad besides Juhani and Satele Shan. Satele is at 9, and on this account, Juhani is at Relic 8. So let me show you the gameplay. We're going to show you all the GLs that I could test against and a couple plug-and-play stuff that I was trying at the end. So over here, the AI loves to target Revan. Really into Revan. So over here, I'm just trying to do some big damage here. Boom. Huge AoE from Satele. It is so freaking awesome that she's able to do this without her Omicrons. That's what I mean. That second ability is amazing. I really do love it. And the awesome thing about this is their cooldown reduction on their abilities. Because every time you attack out of turn, the cooldowns of Old Republic allies are getting decreased. So you're going to constantly get those abilities up. And as you can see here, this is practically going to be a full banner win. They do so much damage. And the AI for Kylo, if you guys aren't aware, he will not do ultimate unless he's full if Jedi Knight Revan is on the field. I don't know why, but that's a thing. So that's the first matchup. Really cool stuff. Attacking out of turn is your friend. Good protection recovery. It's really important. So I'm a big fan of that. And if you're going to go against Kylo, it looks like the AI really likes Jedi Knight Revan still to this day. So now, going to get into the next battle over here. We're facing Jedi Master Kenobi with General Skywalker and Cat. Their datacron was a light side buff on a special with a bunch of armor pen and health stats. So over here, I have a turn meter cron. I go for the Mass Swarm on Cat. I'm trying to control her cooldowns. I get a stun. I'm trying to build up the damage. That's another thing. If you use her right over here, use her a middle ability on an enemy that has marked, your Old Republic Jedi allies are gaining 100% defense pen and offense for 2 turns. That's a pretty big offensive boost. I didn't necessarily see it a lot throughout the battle. I don't know if it's bugged, but I felt like I wasn't seeing that big damage increase that I was expecting. But nonetheless, if the target enemy has marked, you're gaining those extra buffs. If the target enemy is already stunned, you're removing 100% turn meter, which cannot be resisted. So that's pretty cool. So over here, you're going to see the thing about General Skywalker on the enemy team is that he's increasing your cooldowns, which is annoying because every time he crits, your cooldowns get increased. But right here, I'm just trying to deal with Cat. We did end up losing Revan, but we were able to get the revive with Jolie, which is very nice. So you're going to see here, all those counterattacks with the Legendary Battle Meditation lowers our cooldowns. It's so freaking nice. Now over here, he does unfortunately get to an ultimate, but we're able to remove all those buffs with our second ability, and it's pretty freaking awesome. So Cat, again, the AI loves Jedi Knight Revan. The good thing is we are able to bring him back with Jolie, but Revan is just straight up the most... They have a huge hard-on for Revan. So over here, it's looking a little dicey, but the thing is I constantly get my revives. I'm going for Cat again, trying to just deal with her. I get the marked stun, very nice. Now over here, just trying to stay alive. Go back to Satele, do a basic. And eventually you're going to see we are able to get rid of Cat, even without any GAC Omicrons. And you're typically not going to see a lot of General Skywalkers with JMK on defense. But if you're in the mid to lower ranks and you have Satele unlocked, you might see it, or I don't know. You're never going to see General Skywalker. But the AoE damage is just incredible here. She's so much fun. Like, the animations are top notch. I'm a huge fan of it. She's got that, like, Ryu Hadouken ability on her middle. And that AoE, like, look how cool that ability is. It's so nice. If you land the daze, it's very cool. If you don't, you're stealing enemies' max health and gaining max protection. So that's really cool. Next battle I want to showcase is Stranger Starkiller Maul with the Maul Focus Datacron. This one I thought we weren't going to have any shot, but since he starts with Marked, you can gain some of those benefits with the Marked synergy. So I was thinking, you know what? Let me go ahead and use the middle ability first, I believe. That way I can gain some of those extra offensive stats. So over here, we get Jedi Lessons, we gain those buffs, and it's very, very nice. So Starkiller is going to do his thing. The awesome thing about Satele as well is when she has her taunt up, she removes enemies' bonus turn meter gains and attacks out of turn. It is so dope when she can do that. So over here, I'm trying to think if I could try to ramp up enough damage to deal enough. So I think I go for the mill one more time just to ramp up a little bit for 2 turns. And then over here, I'm trying to keep Starkiller from getting to his ultimate. But with the Grand Arena Omicrons turned on, it might be a little bit easier. Because even with their anti-revive with Spider Maul, we prevent that. So I think Satele will be able to get through this team. And over here, I think I go for it one more time. Doing it 3 turns in a row is not recommended regardless because it only lasts for 2 turns. So it's kind of counterintuitive. But I go for that big AoE. That's 110k AoE true damage based off her max protection. So over here, we have heal immunity on Starkiller. We get rid of him. Very, very nice. Now, over here, I'm trying to think what I can do again. Big AoE max protection damage. Boom, Stranger's gone. Very good stuff. That's more offensive boost. So that mark is actually hurting them because it's giving us those stats. Now, over here, look at that. Constantly having that ability up over and over and over is so nice. So attacking out of turn is really the most important function of this team because it's practically free cooldown reduction. Now over here, he's very tanky. This is only a Relic 5 Maul, so I think with the Omicrons turned on, you're going to be in better shape here because you're going to be dealing true damage based off of her max protection. But you have to be wary because Maul, with this low health, has 2,200% defense, so you got to move kind of fast. I think with this battle, I was just trying to ramp up, trying to get my protection back to see what I can do. But you have to move quick because this could be a potential timeout. Again, without the Omicrons turned on, I do not know. But this is very nice. So this is what I mean. She's performing pretty decent for her opening. You know, we're just figuring it out. This is an initial squad testing. I don't think there's going to be a lot of change to it. I think Juhani is by far the weakest link, but she kind of needs to be in the team. You need an Old Republic. Assuming Old Republic Jedi are going to be the best, but maybe you got to throw in Shorty. We're going to have to see. So that was a really good test. Next up, I want to showcase Jabba. This is Jabba with the brand new datacron for the Scoundrels and the Chrysanthemum level 9. Now this one, I think is going to be an absolute breeze with the Omicrons turned on. But with it turned off, huge timeout risk. I ended up timing out against it because Jabba was able to eat my Revan at one point. I couldn't bring Revan back, and I just couldn't get the damage up with that without having marked. And again, Jabba cannot get marked, which is also a huge downfall for Satele because she gains that huge benefits from the marked. But I promise with the Omicrons turned on, this battle is going to be a breeze. Being able to daze Bausch Leia like that is very nice for surviving. And you're going to be dealing with the GAC Omicron turned on. You get reduced damage from max health damage effects, aka thermal detonator. So I think Jabba is going to get walked over by Satele. Squad Arena, a little bit of a different animal because you lack the damage. So over here, you're going to see there's 3 minutes left of this gameplay. You would think the second ability is going to be a huge damage thing, but Jabba is just simply a little too tanky for being able to get rid of her. But this is amazing. This is amazing because it's Squad Arena. We're not supposed to be doing this. This is a Galactic Legend. Like, that's my point. That's my point. There's no reason here why this should be this easy at the moment. And they have a very good datacron. I'm going with a turn meter cron with protection stats. That's nothing crazy. Once this Old Republic gets a focused datacron, maybe they're going to be even more insane. So I can't imagine what that datacron is going to look like. I hope, if it comes, that it's going to be pretty good. And I think it will be. In terms of her defensive viability, guys, like, you see how close we are here? I was so close to getting him down, but he's going to heal all the way back up to max health and protection because I simply could not finish him off. And then he goes to eat Revan. So I was trying my very best to land heal immunity. But it doesn't land unless the enemy is marked. So he went back to full health and protection. And you're going to see I end up timing out. So I'm going to skip forward a little bit. I try my very best. Too much health and protection recovery. But this for sure is going to be possible. I promise. Just don't get discouraged with all the gameplay if you guys aren't having success. I think she's going to be very good. Very, very good. Even if she's not the best on defense, we've gotten quite a good bunch of defensive characters. So in Conquest. Now, Lord Vader. I was testing against him. It's very challenging. It's very challenging. And my Squad Arena mate, Shard mate, made it really difficult. He put Wampa Datacron in, which gives them 100% more offense, armor pen, and critical damage. It's like a glass cannon cron, so they were kind of melting us. I tried with a full squad with Juhani. I couldn't get it done. I threw in Jedi Knight Cal Kestis to try to have some fun with plug-and-play viability. And he's actually really good on the team. I'm not kidding, because he helps prevent your cooldowns from being manipulated, which is great. If you guys look in Jedi Knight Cal's kit, he prevents cooldown manipulation on your team. So if you mix that in with the constant attacks out of turn, because Jedi Knight Cal attacks out of turn a bunch and calls other Jedi to assist, he's actually very good on this team. And maybe he gets pulled from JML. I don't know for sure. But I'm liking what I'm seeing with Cal. Again, in terms of Grand Arena, you're going to want a full squad of Old Republic, but this is kind of nice. So you're going to see Lord Vader pops off. I mean, that initial beginning with that much offense is crazy. And every time Satele does her second ability, they're going to pop off. So I think I get another one over here. I think it's this one. Yeah, because it was bad RNG. So over here, you're going to see, I want to showcase the battle where you lose. So over here, he's getting blown up. I'm trying to see if I can get him to survive. I get Jolie to revive everybody. Boom. Everyone's back. Now, go for Lord Vader. I'm constantly trying to attack out of turn and control his cooldowns. So I'm trying to go for Lord Vader first. I'm relying on Satele's second special for killing the sides. As you can see, it's a lot of damage. Now I'm going for CX2 because he's kind of annoying. But Satele's major damage is amazing. So over here, they're going for Revan. Always going for Revan. I'm trying to just cleanse Revan because I know that in this form, if Darth Vader gets a kill or Lord Vader gets a kill, we're not reviving. So I'm just trying to cleanse Revan and keep him alive. Can't ability block him. He's in ultimate, but I can increase his cooldown. So I'm constantly doing that. So over here, you can see I'm doing the riposte. Get my marked mechanic up again. That's why I really like Jedi Knight Cal on this team, because all those attacks out of turn, it's a constant cycle. And Revan can always have his mass swarm up with his marked. Look at that. It's up again. That's why I think Cal is so fun on this team. But I don't know how it's going to be on defense. But on offense, it's pretty fun. So I keep changing forms. I think we do end up losing Revan because the Wapacron is crazy. Absolutely crazy. And another thing is every time you do an AoE with Satele, she's removing buffs, which means you're removing Scorch's buff. You're gaining Order 66. So that's kind of an issue. But this worked. This did work for me. So maybe you see Jedi Knight Cal on offense with Satele. Not the synergy I was expecting or, I thought would happen, but it's here. So I just wanted to showcase that. Over here, I think I'm looking at chat a little bit. But this is a win. This is a guaranteed win. It's not that hard. Go over here, do a big AoE again, 114k AoE damage. Very good stuff. Now, what I want to showcase now is gameplay where I could not get it to work, and I was trying very hard against the Vayne-Cron, but it does have potential because when she's taunting, the enemy team cannot attack out of turn or gain bonus turn meter, so it kind of shuts down Vayne. The only thing that this team lacks at the moment is anti-revive. If I was able to prevent anti-revives, I might have a chance. But with Hondo constantly increasing Jedi's cooldowns and not having an anti-revive mechanic to our team, it really makes it difficult. But as you can see, the damage is big. Vayne's not attacking out of turn because we have taunt. I tried working with Wat Tambor. Kind of helped us a little bit survive, but we couldn't get some kills. We could not finish it off. So maybe in Grand Arena, this looks a little bit better. But again, without anti-revive, I just don't know for sure. I can't imagine being able to get through a Hondo team without preventing revives. So maybe we get an Old Republic Satele Shan Lifter 2.0 with an anti-revive mechanic, or we got to figure out a different use for Satele. So as you can see, we get rid of SM33. It looks great, but the problem is that you're constantly going to have Hondo revive them. That's the biggest problem. But here, like Juhani, I don't think Juhani is doing a thing for this team. It's crazy. Like, Bastila has a use. She calls attacks out of turn with her big buffs. Revan has a major use. He's super important. Jolie is here for the revive, so he has a use. But Juhani, literally, dog water. Worse than useless. She has one cleanse ability. Other than that, she literally does nothing. She's a useless tank. So you are going to see here we get to nowhere. We do remove those buffs. We do a lot of damage, but they just simply murk us. But I just wanted to showcase some battles where she's not performing how I want her to, but she's not going to be expected to beat every team. Next up, I face an Ahsoka team with 0 datacron. No datacron at all. This one's going to be challenging, I think. There's something about our turn meter gain and them ramping up damage. I just simply don't think this is going to be possible. Maybe Grand Arena is going to be a little bit different. I tried my best. I know they have synergy against Daze, so every time we're dazing them, they're probably ramping up some sort of major mechanic. And if they have a datacron, it's going to be even worse for me. Like, I had a very good datacron. They had a very bad... They had no datacron. So, I don't expect this to do much. Maybe if the GAC Omicrons turned on. But again, they also have Ezra's Omicrons turned off. And if his are on, I think it's going to be even harder. So... We're going to have to see. We're going to have to see. It got completely destroyed. So I wanted to showcase that battle. So yeah, those are the two ones. I tried against Leia. Did not have the damage at all. But I think Leia is going to be possible. And what was the other one I tested? Didn't see JML. Didn't see Rey. Didn't think... couldn't find any Reys on defense. No one swapped out to Rey. So we're going to have to see that. But overall, I think she has a lot of potential. And no one should be discouraged yet because... this is not her true home, like I said earlier in the video. So, have some fun with her. We're going to see how she performs on GAC. I think I would recommend for you guys, put her on defense for the first round because there's no data on her yet. We don't know how to counter her. Even though she might have easy counters going forward, there is no data. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed this little gameplay sneak peek video of Satele Shan. I think she's overall really fun. Animations are cool. Gameplay so far, I put her at an 8 out of 10 for Squad Arena. She's not quite Stranger level strong, but she is very good and still beating Galactic Legends without GC Omicron. So that's Vex's review and early gameplay thoughts. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel for more content. And I'll see you guys in the next one. May the Force be with you all. Peace.